Dr. Di Manuel, shall we start now? Thank you.
Welcome to Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig College of Business and Accountancy Student Orientation for academic year 2020-21. To formally start, let us bow our heads and feel the presence of the Lord as we join Professor Nerissa Erezo as she leads us in prayer.
Let us all feel the presence of our Lord our God. Lord, we thank you for letting us gather today. We ask for your guidance as we discuss important matters that concern our college. Enlighten our minds and bless us with enough knowledge to understand and comprehend what we will be discussing in our orientation. Give us a clear mind and heart to accept the changes we will be implementing due to this pandemic. We also pray for the safety and good health of our students, as well as professors and non-teaching staffs. May you guide all of us as we embark our journey to the new normal. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Good morning once again, and it is with great pride and pleasure to introduce the President of Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig, Dr. Amihan April Alcazar, to give her opening message.
Good morning and welcome to the college orientation of the College of Business and Accountancy. It's always my pleasure to welcome everyone to this college because it is my home college. I used to be the dean of this college, and it is also the biggest college at the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. So we have 4 academic programs that we will be discussing in particular today. So I'd like everyone, all our students, to please listen very carefully. This year, because of the new normal brought about by the pandemic, you will not be enjoying the ambience of your orientation week. There are no reminiscences with your college friends, with your professors, administrators, or staff. But one thing that you will not miss this year is the quality of education that we will continue to deliver at the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. So I hope that you will still pay very close attention to the university retention and promotion policies. These you will have to comply with. In addition, the Student Affairs and Services will continue to implement the rules, regulations, and policies with respect to the non-academic fora. So, for example, one thing that we would like to emphasize during this new normal will be our compliance with the data privacy law. Therefore, any student who is violating the privacy of any other student, faculty, administrator, or staff may be held liable and be penalized. So you have to take note of that. So to make your morning productive, please pay very close attention to all the resource persons who will be speaking before you today. And I certainly hope that everyone will stay safe and healthy all throughout this academic year. So again, I'd like to welcome everyone to your college orientation. Mabuhay ang Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Alcazar, for your opening remarks. Now, this morning, we are lucky to have one of the members of Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig Board of Regents to share with you his inspirational message. So, my dear students, let us hear it from Mr. Mark Yu.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this year's College Students Orientation of the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. In normal times, I would be addressing you in an auditorium. You would be busy adjusting to your class schedules and making new friendships. But these are not normal times. We are faced with an invisible, seemingly insurmountable enemy that continues to cause havoc in our lives. Today, I hope to be able to inspire you to rise beyond this pandemic by sharing 3 personal stories. The first story is about my parents, serving as living examples of how education is key to getting out of poverty and reaching your dreams. My early childhood was spent in Pasay City. We lived in a small house that would get flooded during typhoons. As a kid, my siblings and I welcomed these events as it gave us the opportunity to raise paper boats inside the house. My parents came from meager backgrounds. My mother was a sidewalk vendor. My father was once a jeepney driver and a working student. Going to college wasn't guaranteed. On occasions, he had been required to stand outside the classroom because his family couldn't afford to pay tuition. During those moments, he vowed to never let his children experience such humiliation. Through hard work and a commitment to fuel a better future, he finished his studies from Mapua Institute of Technology while in the middle of raising a family. He went on to become a collector for a gasoline station and soon was able to borrow money to start Sea Oil. By combining his engineering knowledge and an entrepreneurial spirit unrivaled by his competitors, the business grew very quickly. It wasn't long after when we were able to move from Pasay to Ortigas in fulfillment of one of my parents' dreams. The second story is about my young adult life, my first job, and the need to find meaning. Back in the early 90s, my parents decided to broaden our horizon by sending us to school overseas. I completed a degree in engineering physics and proceeded to work in Silicon Valley. I was fortunate to be in the right place at the right time. I was given stock options that soon were worth $500,000. It wasn't long, though, before the stock market crashed and those stock options became worthless. Although my options had no value, I was still being compensated generously. I bought my parents a cruise package with my first paycheck. I had a nice car and a comfortable apartment. However, even with those luxuries, I felt a sense of void, a lack of meaning to what I was doing. I realized that the key to happiness wasn't all about money. After 2 years in the industry, I decided to resign to pursue civil society work. I left a high-paying job to volunteer and give back to society. In the midst of all the accounting, finance, and business exams, you will need to find your why and anchor yourself towards finding a meaning behind that why. Why am I taking business? What role does business play in making our world a better society? My third story is about the path to success, never being straight nor easy. In my gap year of volunteering, I exuded youthful idealism that was later grounded by the difficulty of securing donors for our beneficiaries. I realized then that the solution towards a more sustainable way of helping was to combine the qualities of a business and a social enterprise. In 2002, I decided to come back to help the family business. What if I can use a company as a vehicle to help our countrymen? I thought I was coming back to figure out what I own, but instead I came back to figure out what I owe. The company was insolvent, bankrupt as a result of the '97 Asian financial crisis. Helping the country would have to wait. It would take 6 years before we were able to fully pay off our debts and get back on our feet. Throughout the last 2 decades, we had to overcome numerous roadblocks to get to where we are now, a top 50 company in the Philippines. Similarly, each of you will encounter many overwhelming challenges along the way. It is important that you treat these as mere opportunities for you to become stronger and wiser in your journey towards success. Today, we live in uncertain times. We're having to redefine our mode of work and our mode of learning. Our environment will not adapt to our needs. We have to adapt to it. They say innovation is born out of crisis. At Sea Oil, being adaptive and innovative has become a way of life. We aim not only to survive, but to thrive during times of crises. More recently, our affiliate company launched PriceLock, the first and only mobile app that allows consumers to buy and lock the price of fuel whenever and wherever they want. In the midst of the pandemic, its design towards contactless transaction allows for a safer and faster gas up experience. Not surprisingly, Pasig City has been one of the more adaptive and innovative cities in its response towards dealing with the current crisis. The first weeks of school will not be without its share of challenges. I endeavor each of you to be part of the solution, be part of the innovation. In closing, let us all be inspirations to one another. In the words of Ronald Heifetz in his book, The Practice of Adaptive Leadership, your inspiration taps hidden reserves of promise that sustain people through times of despair. You enable people to envision a future that sustains the best from your past while also holding out new possibilities. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marque, for that very inspirational message. Now, my dear students, College of Business and Accountancy is always about the never-ending pursuit of excellence, innovation, and self-improvement. Now, at the center of your tertiary experience lies on the uniqueness of each program under the college. Now, determined by the path that you chose, may it be marketing, entrepreneurship, accountancy, or hospitality management. Each department offers exceptional educational experience that will make you industry ready after graduation. Now, this year, allow me to present the roster of faculty members of the College of Business and Accountancy. Once again, this is the men and women behind the College of Business and Accountancy, starting with the leader and the dean and concurrent department head of BS Accountancy. We have Dr. Rajesh Michael J. Cordova. Moving on, let's start with the Bachelor of Science Marketing Management, the department head, Dr. Maria Isabel Dizon. Now, Dr. Dizon, aside from being the department head of marketing management, is also highly specialized in the field of human resource management subjects. Moving on, we also have the department head of Bachelor of Science Entrepreneurship, Professor Juan Miguel Reyes. Now, Professor Reyes is known for, of course, aside from being a faculty member, he is also an entrepreneur. So definitely you will learn a lot from him. Up next, we also have the department head of Bachelor of Science Hospitality Management, Professor Darwin V. Tanching. Professor Tanching is also highly specialized in culinary subjects. Up next, we will now be looking at the faculty rosters of CBA. We have Professor Rowena De Leon. Now, Professor De Leon is known for her expertise in bar and management. So hospitality management students expect that you'll be able to learn a lot from Professor De Leon, especially on how to concoct drinks. Up next, we also have, of course, yours truly. My name is Dr. Joanna Maripina S. De Manuel. All right, moving on. We have Professor Rowena Hill. Now, Professor Hill is also used to be the dean of the College of Business and Accountancy, and back then she is also the department head of marketing management. Professor Hill is also known for strategic management. That is actually one of her expertise. Next, we have Professor Maria Nereza Erezo. Professor Erezo is part of the Hospitality Management faculty member, and she is also known for culinary subjects. Next. We have also one of the faculty members from Hospitality Management. We also have Professor Enrique Perez. And Professor Perez is also one of the members of Pamantasan ng Lungsod of Pasig Board of Regents. All right. We also have, of course, not last but not the least, we also have Professor Marife Tapang. Professor Tapang used to be one of the department heads also for entrepreneurship, and she is known for teaching the subject Mandarin and, of course, feasibility. So for my dear students who will be having feasibility subjects in the future, do expect that you will be having Professor Tapang as your advisor, of course. And of course, the CBA family will not be complete, of course, without the women or the college secretaries that we have who work tirelessly to ensure that everything is okay with the college. So we have Miss Norilyn M. Cabiao. So she's one of our college secretary, and you will often meet her, especially if you need some documentary needs or requirements. And last but not least, we have Miss Christine Lanez. She's also one of our college secretary. So my dear friends, once again, these are the men and women who form the College of Business and Accountants. Now, as I have mentioned, that the center of your tertiary experience, we definitely look at the uniqueness of each program. So depending on what path you chose, of course, there is difference on how one program will deliver its activities and educational requirements over the other. So today, your department heads will be discussing course expectations for this academic year. So without further ado, let us start first with Dr. Isabel Bisan, the department head of Bachelor of Science in Marketing Management.
Thank you, Dr. De Manuel. Today marks the beginning of a new semester in the new normal. It has been our practice to orient and remind everyone with academic policies such as retention, curriculum, and other aspects of our program in order to guide BSBA marketing management students for every academic year they will spend in school. Since you are enrolled in our program, which is the BSBA Marketing Management, we are molding you. But before we start, let me give you an overview of our college, the College of Business and Accountancy. CBA, or College of Business and Accountancy, is a development center of development in the field of business among locally funded universities, offering programs comparable to international standards with highly qualified faculty equipped with complete facilities and linkages with government and private institutions producing competent, innovative, and ethical business professionals. This is why our college is created in order to provide interdisciplinary programs of business administration, entrepreneurship, accountancy, and hospitality management, which are designed to develop business analysis, leadership skills, civic-mindedness, innovative, and ethical business professionals. So our college is one of the 7 colleges of the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig, which is of course headed by our university president, Dr. Amihan April M. Alcazar. Under the president is the VP for Academic Affairs, and our VPAA is none other Professor Federico Nueva.
CBA is under the Office of the Vice President of Academic Affairs because our college is engaged in providing academic needs of the PLP business students. So all affairs involving academic matters must be consulted and recommended by the VPAA, after which all academic concerns will be approved by the university president. The CBA is headed by its dean, Dr. Rajesh Michael Cordova. Under him are the department heads of 4 programs. These are Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Business and Administration, Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship, and Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. Each program has its roster of faculty members, which comprises of full-time and part-time professors. Again, since you are enrolled in the BA Marketing Management program, we are molding you to be competent in the field of marketing, such as market research, advertising, public relations, as well as inculcating technical skills and competencies, but most of all, to have a flexible mindset that is necessary to stay competitive in the constantly changing business environment. Next slide, please. So in total, BSBA Marketing Management Curriculum is 131 units. It comprises of general education for third-year students, while for second-year students, aside from general education, you also have the general education electives. Probably most of you have completed their NSTP during their first year in college. You also have your physical education courses, as well as common business management courses, business administration core courses, professional or major courses, electives, internship, and additional courses. So in the past, next slide, please. So in the past academic years, you have encountered some of the presented curriculum delivery. These are classroom discussion. But with the new normal, we will do our discussion through online. As always, you will still have case analysis. Second-year students will be involved with their marketing research, and of course, our third-year students with their feasibility studies. Next slide, please. Thank you. A while ago, I mentioned reminders in policies, particularly retention policy. So our academic program adopts the university policy of 3 failures in every semester as a basis from non-admittance to the university. However, in the case of failure in the covered subjects, the subject shall be allowed to be retake once the subject in order to pass it. Cumulative failure of 5 in the covered subjects shall mean non-admittance to the university. So what are these covered subjects? Next slide, please. So in these covered subjects are as follows: common business and management courses, business administration core, professional or major, electives, additional professional subjects, and internship. So if you incurred failing grades, automatically you will be deloaded according to the equivalent number of academic units failed from the previous semester. Next slide, please. Once you finish your 4-year program, you will be able to analyze the business environment for strategic direction, prepare operational plans, innovate business ideas based on emerging industries, manage a strategic business unit for economic sustainability, and conduct business research. So by the time you earn your degree, you may choose from the following careers designed for the marketing practitioners. Each career is categorized according to an entry level and managerial level. So that's the end of my presentation. And as part of the business or the College of Business and Accountancy, I personally welcome all BSBA Marketing Management students to academic year 2020-2021. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Isabel Dizon. So once again, she is the Department Head of Bachelor of Science in Marketing Management. Now next, let us have Professor Miguel Reyes, the Department Head of Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship.
Wala nga eh. Hello, Sir John. Sir Reyes. Sir Reyes. Sir, hindi marinig po yung ano niyo, yung inyong mic. Ma'am Di Manuel, habang po inaantay, ayan
Yes,
na.
sir. Okay na po.
Okay.
Okay. Ayan na si
Sir.
Sir Reyes.
Okay na po.
Okay.
Sige. Okay, wait lang po.
Okay.
Sige, go ahead, Sir Reyes.
Hey, good afternoon, professors. Good morning, professors. Good morning, entrepreneurship students. And hello, world. Okay, so now I'm here to discuss with you the Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship of the College of Business and Accountancy. Sir, may we request for the slide? Thank you po. Yes, sir. Okay, so We're going to discuss with you the Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship for the College of Business. Next slide, please. So first of all, I want to thank you for staying. Hindi nyo kami iniwan. Thank you for choosing learning over fear. Thank you for choosing the road less traveled and still aspire to become entrepreneurs. Bakit ba tinatawag to na road less traveled? Kasi ang daming gustong magnegosyo pero konti lang ang gustong matuto. Why? Because sadly, we live in a society that values job security. Palagi nating naririnig na mag-aral ka ng mabuti para magkaroon ka ng magandang, yes, you're right, trabaho. Walang masama sa pagtatrabaho. In fact, entrepreneurs cannot operate kung wala tayong mga employees. Pero ang masama ay mag-isip tayo ng trabaho dahil ang gusto natin dito ay magnegosyo. Okay? So for your stay in the university, BS Entrepreneurship students are supported by a rich and growing ecosystem of entrepreneurship courses, mentors, and workshops. Students are also encouraged in community service, which provides them with the opportunity to become active members of their community to have a lasting and positive impact to the society. So bakit ba kailangan nating ma-engage sa community service? Kasi important na makakonect kayo para makita nyo kung ano yung mga needs ng community na yon. Para pag nagkaroon kayo ng business in the future, you can easily reach out to them and help them. Alam ko, lagi nyong naririnig sa akin to, that when you are earning and starting your business, please do not increase your standard of living. Instead, increase your standard of giving. Tama? Kasi God blessed us with a business so that we can also bless other people. Okay, next slide please. So graduate attributes. So ano ba ang mga ina-expect natin upon graduation sa course natin ng Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship? We want you to analyze and scan the environment to determine business opportunities, most especially during the pandemic. I'm sure na-discuss ko na sa inyo to that during crisis, there are a lot of opportunities and you have to detect them and be able to establish your business throughout it. Next, you need to set up your own businesses, or if you don't want, you can manage and operate a business. Also, you can assume a managerial position in the field of business development, corporate planning, and other positions in the corporate or public organization if you still want to save for your business. Okay? Next slide, please. So for your curriculum, so BS Entrepreneurship curriculum, you have a general education of 36 units, a national service training program, which I'm sure all of you already completed, of 6 units, a physical education, 8 units, a common business and management courses, CBMEC of 6 units, entrepreneurship core, 49 units, specialized track, ayan, favorite ng mga third year students na incoming yan. So you will be having culinary and others, manufacturing, service, and wholesale. So you also have electives of 12 units. So total, including the GE, NSTP, and PE, for the BS Entrepreneurship curriculum will be 129 units. Okay, next slide please. So specific professions, career, and occupations. So ano ba ang gusto natin? Siyempre, gusto natin na maging entrepreneurs in the future. Okay? So but kung gusto nyo talagang mag-save, as what I've told you, I mentioned before, talagang nakapag-start ako ng business with just a small amount of money. Kasi di ba lagi kong pino-point out yan sa inyo na hindi kaya ng pera gumawa ng pera. Tama? It's all about your mindset. Kaya yan ang gusto nating i-build up sa course natin. Okay? So aside from being entrepreneurs, you can be a business development assistant, you can be a corporate planning staff, and marketing assistant. Okay, next slide please. Okay, so thank you, and that's all for the Bachelor of Science in Entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much, Professor Miguel Reyes. All right, moving forward, let us hear it from the Department Head of Hospitality Management. We have Professor Darwin Tanche.
Good morning to everyone. My name is Darwin Tanching and I am the head of the College of Hospitality Management. The college objectives is to enhance and develop the individual personality of the students to fit the needs of the hospitality industry, inculcate values that would help them cope with the fast-changing trends of the industry, build harmonious relationships with other people from the industry as well as with clients or customers from different social classes or walks of life, and enrich the theoretical knowledge and skills of every student in order to meet the high standards of globally competitive industry. Next slide, please. This is the BSHM curriculum. So we are composed of GE subjects, which is total of 36 units. We have NSTP program, which is 6 units. Physical education or PE, 8 units. For our common business and management courses, we have 6 units. Tourism and hospitality core, 30 units. Professional courses, 30 units. Electives, 15. Practicum, 600 hours, composed of 6 units. And hospitality major or specialization subjects, which is 15 units. Next slide, please. So in our curriculum delivery, we have classroom discussion, case analysis, new product development, marketing plan, marketing research study, on-the-job training, and lab work. But since we are in a pandemic, we will try to deliver this our curriculum through online or offline, or what we call the blended learning. Next slide, please. So again, we are trying to emphasize everyone, especially those who are students who are having problems, please cooperate with us because this policy is very important to you. Since you are scholars, so you are mandated to finish your program without any failing grade because this policy is very important to you. Since you are scholar, so kung magpapagsakay ng 3 subjects, pwede kayong matanggal sa program sa college. And sayang yung slot because since we have quota, there are some students na hindi nakapasok because of quota. So please, all students, maintain your subjects and do well on your program. Next slide, please. So the attributes, tourism and hospitality discipline attributes tend to the following: customer service skills, attention to detail, adaptability at work, retention management skills, marketing and sales skills, management skills, and industry knowledge. Now, ang hospitality management ay both skill-based and management skills-based program. Next slide, please. So after graduating, we will be expecting, or you will be going to different areas. No? So these are the different areas that you will be picking or will be choosing. We have areas like travel, so it is composed of land-based, and we have air and water. So in land-based, you can be a tour guide, and then in airlines, you can be a flight steward, and then in cruise ship, you can be a cabin supervisor. And for hotel, you can be a front office representative, whether you are a receptionist or a manager. And then for a restaurant, you can be a restaurant manager, dining supervisor, camping waiter, etc. etc. Marami po kasi yan positions in that particular field, and it's I will take up all the time kung babagitin ko pa lahat yan. Pero that will be introduced to you in the future. And we have the event management industry. Pwede kayong maging event coordinator, event director, and for recreation, you can be a recreation director. And of course, when you decide to go abroad, international tourism and hospitality competency, since you are now trained and graduate of hospitality management, you will be venturing eventually in global competitiveness. Next slide, please. So these are the sample of performance indicator for hospitality management. Number 1, generate required reports, documents from a property management system used in the accommodation industry. Now, in the property management system, ito po yung program o software na ginagamit ng mga hotel. Just like in the fast food industry such as Jollibee, McDonald's, they have what we call the POS or the point of sale. Ito po yung ginagamit ng mga cashier sa counter na pinipindot-pindot nila. So, doon ang lahat ng transaction na ginagawa nila. Pati ngayon, because highly technology na tayo, they will send time in, doing record na kanilang number of hours work. So, lahat na nandun po. Ganun din po sa hotel, which is the BMS. And then number two, converse a foreign language aside from English because we have other subjects like Mandarin, wherein tuturuan kayo magsalita ng Chinese. So, you will be ready globally. And then number three, stage an actual event using management, marketing, and financial principles and theories because we have subjects like entrepreneurship and management, so alike. Number four, develop and defend a business plan for restaurant, hotel, or allied ventures incorporating sales and marketing principles and financial analysis. Number five, stage a function utilizing the full range of food and beverages preparation and service techniques, local and international cuisine, using various management and financial principles and theories. Next slide, please. So that would be all for the College of Hospitality Management. Now, since we have laboratory subjects, we'd like to remind all students returning that since it's a pandemic, we are not requiring to perform lab work face-to-face, but rather we will do our best to deliver the learning outcomes through online or offline, or what we call the blended learning. So really, we are taking your cooperation on this because yung learning kasi dapat na makuha natin. So if you will not cooperate with your professors during your lab work or lecture hours, and mahihirapan po kami mag-deliver of what we intend to deliver to you. So with that, thank you very much. I hope we can see each other very soon because nakakamiss na talaga ang klase, pero naiiba na ang lahat. But ang importante dito is hindi natin malimutan ang importansya ng edukasyon. With that, thank you very much. Dr. Joanna, back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Professor Darwin Kaching. Last but not the least, may we have the Dean of College of Business and Accountancy and concurrently Department Head of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Dr. Rajesh Cordova.
Good morning, my dear CBA students. Allow me first to welcome you to our college, the College of Business and Accountancy. Your firm commitment to pursue a college degree is worthy of applause because you could have chosen not to enroll this semester. But we are now on this stage doing this activity, our college virtual orientation. This academic year 2020 to 2021 is both challenging and exciting. I am proud to say that we are all set, but don't expect too much because there is no perfect system. We are all adjusting for this new normal, but rest assured that we can still give a quality education to our students. For my presentation about the BS in Accountancy, this is just a reorientation. I have presented it before last year during the orientation, but to reiterate, I will present it again. Okay, to stay in the university, the BS Accountancy students are trained to resolve business issues and problems with a global and strategic perspective using knowledge and technical proficiency. The students also conduct accountancy research through independent studies of relevant literature and appropriate use of accounting theory and methodologies. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. The BS Accountancy curriculum has 182 units. We have the GE or the General Education courses. It's 36 units. The National Service Training Program, 6 units. The Physical Education or the PE, 8 units. And for the Common Business and Management courses, CBMEC, 6 units. Case Accounting Education courses, 81 units. Cognate or Professional Major courses, 24 units. Electives, 12 units. Additional subjects, 9 units. That's total of 182 units. Next slide, please. Okay, our current retention policy. This is the current retention policy for BS Accountancy program. Okay, the academic program adopts this university policy of 3 failures in every semester as a basis from non-admittance to the university. However, in case of failure in the covered subjects, the student shall be allowed to retake the subject once in order to pass it. Cumulative failure of 5 in the covered subjects shall mean non-admittance to the university. And what are the covered subjects? Next slide, please. The covered subjects are the following: Common Business and Management courses, Core Accounting Education courses, Cognate Major Professional subjects or courses, electives, professional electives, and additional professional subjects. Deloading shall be equivalent to the number of academic units failed in previous semester. Next slide, please. The graduate attributes: number 1, be capable of making a positive contribution over their lifetimes to the profession and society in which they work. Number 2, gain professional knowledge, skills, values, ethics, and attitudes that enable them to continue to learn and adapt to changes throughout their lives. And have the ability to support various stakeholders in taking strategic and operating decisions through the presentation and analysis of financial data. Exemplifying values, legal, ethical, ethical-moral principles in serving individual clientele in various cross-cultural settings. Next slide, please. Okay. Lang ma-remind kayo uli, no? As I've said, this is reorientation. Some of you are in the 3rd year, some 2nd year. So you have plenty of opportunities in the future. Okay? So please check this for entry-level jobs. If you prepare to work as a public practitioner, you could be junior analyst or consultant staff. Commerce and industry, okay? Sector, if commerce and industry sector, cost analyst, investment analyst, accounting staff, tax accounting staff, budget analyst, credit analyst, cost accountant. For government, state, or accounting examiner, or state accounting examiner, for you're qualified to become an NDI agent or treasury agent, local government unit accountant, audit examiner. For education sector, you could be a junior accounting instructor. For middle level position, Senior Consulting Manager, Financial Advisory Manager, and you could be Controller or Controller, Senior IT Auditor, Senior Loan Officer, Senior Budget Officer. Kung nasa government naman kayo mapapasok, State Accountant, Director 3 or 4, Audit Services Manager, Senior Auditor. Pag sa Academe, Senior Faculty, or Accounting Department Chair. Next slide, please. Advanced position, okay? Senior Partner or Senior Consultant, Senior Financial Advisor. Commerce and Industry, Finance Director, Chief Financial Officer or the CFO, Chief Information Officer. For Government, National Treasurer, VP for Finance, Commissioner. Education, VP for Academic Affairs or Dean. So, yan yung mga opportunities na pwedeng nating mapasukan. Pero, syempre, mayroon pang ibang qualification na dapat i-consider. Hindi lang enough yung degree, malaking tulong yon, pero meron pang dapat i-consider. Like yung physical health ninyo, yung health ninyo, mental health, physical health, emotional health, lahat yan kino-consider pag mag-work ka. Okay? Depende sa nature ng work. Aside from that, syempre may iba pang dapat, yung mga work experience, yung ating yung iba pa documents na dapat i-consider. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, employability of CBA graduates. In response to the demands of the industry, the CBA graduates have undergone intensive training during their feasibility implementation and on-the-job training as well as exposures in their off-campus seminars and workshops that equip them to be ready for employment. Upon graduation, the students of the College of Business and Accountancy have been employed by their training company since they possess qualities that companies are looking for. But most of the time, CBA graduates are hired within 3 months after graduation and even before graduation. During their internship, na-absorb na sila. Okay? Minsan nga, di pa sila nag-i-enroll ng 4th year nila during the internship, summer of 3rd year. After the 3rd year, sa summer class sila ng internship, na-absorb na sila. Next slide, please. Okay, the College of Business and Accountancy is also involved in community extension program. That the CBA community extension programs are intended to identify the needs and problems encountered by different individuals and their community in full participation from its faculty, administrators, and students. It is held annually for an effective and satisfying personal responsible citizenry as contribution to the enhancement of quality of life of every Pasigenios. In fact, before the lockdown, ang ating kolehiyo, the 4 programs, okay, participated in extension service. Before the lockdown, nag-lockdown ng March, February, meron tayong ginawang participation. I think that is that was for 1 week. For 1 week. So may mga representative bawat programs. And current director for extension program is our faculty in the College of Business and Accountancy. She is Professor Rowena De Leon. Okay? Sa mga DSHM, nagiging professor niyo siya at patuloy niyo siyang magiging professor sa mga higher subjects ninyo, higher courses. Okay, next slide please. Okay, that's the end of my presentation. So we're ready for the Q&A to clarify things. Okay. Sir Mark?
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Regis Cordova. Okay, so my dear students, should you have any questions, feel free to key them in.
Hello, Doc. Good morning once again. Dr. Di Manuel,
Sir
can you
Latasa.
present the yes? Can you present also the counterpart of the general education of College of Arts and
Yep.
Sciences, their faculties, and okay, I will pose or present the PowerPoint. Okay, wait.
Okay, sure. All right, so while students are working on potential questions that we have, so in lieu of time, apart from your CBA faculty members, we are also blessed with roster of faculty members coming in from College of Arts and Sciences, so that they are actually tasked with teaching you the general subjects under the college. So headed by the Dean of College of Arts and Sciences, so we have Dr. Carol Alvero. So right at the middle, we have the Dean of College of Arts and Sciences. So we have Dr. Alvero. Next slide. Next slide, please. We also have Professor Elena Habate. So she's highly specialized in readings in Philippine history, the life and works of Rizal. Next slide. We also have Professor Marjorie D. Arce. So she teaches subjects art like art appreciation, understanding the self, and apart from being a faculty member of College of Arts and Sciences, she's also our guidance counselor. Next slide. We also have Professor Leia Velasco. So she is tasked with science, technology, and society subjects. She also teaches art appreciation. Next slide. We also have Professor Perla Marasigan. So Professor Marasigan teaches subjects like readings in Philippine history and the life and works of Rizal. Next slide. Of course, we also have Professor Annie Quinto. Understanding the self and the contemporary world are the expertise of Professor Quinto. Next slide. Also, we have Professor Richard Nelias. Ethics and the contemporary world are also part of his expertise. Next slide. We also have, of course, the roster or the men and women behind College of Arts and Sciences will never be complete without the college secretary. So we have Miss Marlene Nisan Jose. Once again, she is the college secretary of College of Arts and Sciences. All right, so my dear students, once again, these are the men and women behind the College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you so much. So moving on, my dear students, if you have any questions with regards to all presentations delivered to you by your department head as well as the Dean of College of Business and Accountancy, feel free to ask any questions and we are more than willing to answer those.
Okay, good morning once again, Dr. Emmanuel.
Yes, Professor.
For Dean, the question here is, quick question. Nag-file po kasi ako ng LOA last second semester. So as of now, di pa po ako nakapag-enroll. I've already sent emails to registrars and SAS but still haven't heard anything from them. So ano po ang gagawin ng college? Kasi ang advice ko sa kanila, makikipag-coordinate kasi nga since ang enrollment ay nasa college. So ano po ang ating gagawin? Thank you.
Okay. Meron kami mga leads na natanggap from other departments. We receive an email, naka-forward na yun sa mga department head. So may inform kami kung sino-sino yung mga students na yun. At yun, ma-advise na namin yung bata, yung estudyante. No? So ang kailangan lang is magkaroon talaga ng communication. Kung magkakaroon na kami ng email address ng mga estudyante na yun, makakapag-communicate kami. Sa ngayon, meron kaming listahan, pero wala doon yung email address ng estudyante. Kaya kailangan ma-provide sa amin yung email address. Ngayon, ang pwedeng gawin ng estudyante, since alam naman nila kung sino sila, so pwede din naman nilang i-email na yung mga department head nila para mas mabilis sila na mag-initiate. Okay? Next question.
Okay. Okay, doon sa mga nagtatanong po doon sa LOA, again po, nare-receive po namin ang inyong mga emails, okay? Hindi lang po kami nakakapag-reply kaagad kasi nga dahil dito sa ating bultong obligation like sa admission and dito sa ating enrollment and then dito sa ating orientation. But rest assured po yung mga nag-i-email sa amin na collate na po namin yon, na i-forward na po namin doon sa mga colleges. Kasi nga po para makita nila na kayo po ay willing to enroll this first semester. Kaya nga lang nagkaroon kayo ng LOA last semester. Okay? At yun din po ay pinorward namin sa registrar yung inyong mga email kasi nga ang concern doon yung LOA last semester. So ganito na lang po, doon sa mga hindi pa po nag-i-email sa registrar, paki-attach naman po yung inyong form. Kasi minsan po nagtatanong lang, hindi namin alam kung anong semester. So pag nag-reply back again, another na naman na reply yon. So minsan natatabunan na yon. Pero ang point, pag nagtanong po tayo na nag-LOA po ako last semester, kailangan nakalagay po doon naka-attach yung form na nag-LOA kay last semester para at least alam namin kung anong semester, hanggang kailan yan. Kasi ang ating LOA, kung approve yan ng second semester lang, yun lang po yun. So, kung hindi kayo mag-LOA ngayong first semester, talagang kailangan nyo talaga makipag-coordinate sa college. So, ganun po ang protocol ever since naman, kahit wala po tayong online. Nagkataon lang ngayon na wala tayong face-to-face kaya hindi kayo nakakapunta sa registrar. But anyway, inform the registrar's office. May email ad naman kayo ng registrar's office. Kasi kami po, ang student affairs po ay nagko-collate lang po kami. Kaya hindi lang po kami nakakapag-reply dahil sa dami rin po ng emails. Pero nako-collate po namin yon, forward na rin namin sa college para mabigyan po ng yung tawag nito ng aksyon. So, at the same time, ito po, nagsabi na po ang ating dean, kung mayroon po kayong concern about sa LOA, ayun, i-communicate niyo rin po dun sa college din kasi yung college ay magmo-monitor din sila sa kanilang enrollment. Okay? And ito na lang ang gagawin natin para malinaw po dun sa mga nag-LOA. Once na naglabas na po ng list at wala kayo, please inform the college right there and then kasi baka na-overlook lang. Okay? Don't worry. Hindi naman kaagad na pagka na-enroll na yung iba, ikaw maiiwan ka. I-inform mo kaagad yung college para at least malaman nila. Okay? And may isang question pa dito din. Ang sabi niya, nag-LOA siya ng per semester. Pero paano daw nangyari na nasa list daw siya ng promoted list ngayong per semester, last per semester pa yata wait lang intindihin ko yung kanyang question. Nagpasa po ako ng LOA noong per semester. So baka last year ito, wala kasing semester Miss Rempelio, hindi ko alam kung anong semester itong sinasabi mo. Kaya anong semester ba or per semester baka 2019-2020 ito. Nagpasa siya, pero bakit paano nangyari na nakita ko yung student number ko promoted this second semester? Paki-clarify na lang kung anong semester ang in-applyan mo. Ngayong semester ba nag-LOA ka or last per semester 2019-2020? Kasi kung ngayong semester ka nag-LOA, syempre yung promoted list, based lang yan doon sa second semester na mga nakapasa. Okay? So, paki-klaro na lang kung ano ang per semester na binabanggit mo. Okay? But anyway, pag ganyan, kontakin nyo rin po yung college again para at least ilagdag po kayo dun sa list at email po rin po kayo sa amin. Kahit hindi po kami makapag-reply, yan naman po ibinabasa namin. Okay? At ninonote namin. Sana sabi ko kanina, nasubmit na po namin sa mga colleges yung inyong survey form, nung pinapila pa na survey form. At saka pala, announcement dun sa mga hindi po nakapag-survey form, open na po ulit yung survey form. Paki-fill up na lang po doon ulit kasi gusto namin malaman yung inyong intention kung kayo po ba ay mag-LOA last semester, ngayong semester na to or hindi. Kasi kailangan namin malaman yun para hindi na po kailangan kayo ma-enroll kung talaga mag-LOA kayo. And
Sir
yes,
Mark.
yes, Dean, go ahead.
Sir Mark,
Yes, Dean, go
dagdag
ahead.
ko lang, no? Siguro, yung mga students na yan na nami-mention natin na merong mga ganyang situation, mas maganda kung i-inform nila yung kanilang mga department head na willing silang bumalik at para nang sa ganun mas mapabilis. Sila na ang mag-initiate kasi kung aantayin pa nila na makita natin lahat kung sino yung mga yon, baka tumagal. Dahil sobrang dami ng estudyante natin. At hindi natin alam ang situation ng bawat isa, no? Kung makakapag-enroll ba sila ngayon o ipagpapaliban ba nila ulit. No, ang pinakamaganda is since nagkaroon nga sila ng ganyang situation, sila na ang mag-initiate, mag-email na sila sa kanilang mga department heads para yung department heads nila matulungan sila para mas mabilis ang maging proseso.
Okay din. Ang tanong daw po din, yes. Ang tanong lang nila, paano daw makuha yung email ad ng mga department heads natin?
Ibibigay natin yan, no? Pwede natin ibigay sa kanila yan kasi ito naman ay importanteng bagay at kailangan malaman nila. Ang isa sa kinukonsider nga namin is magkaroon ng orientation. Yung mga organization, yung mga org, di ba meron tayong mga JMEX, meron tayong mga JPIA. So, during that orientation, pwedeng ipaalam sa kanila kung ano yung email address ng mga department head. Para rin sa ganun, makapag-ano sila.
Okay.
Ngayon, mag-isip din tayo ng ibang paraan kung paano natin ipaparating sa kanila ng mas mabilis yung mga importanteng bagay. For example, yung email address ng department heads. At hindi lang yon, baka pati yung sa mga faculty na sa tingin nilang makakatulong sa kanila. Lalo na yung mga advocate, yung mga ganon. So, lahat ng tulong na pwedeng gawin, ibibigay natin. para matulungan natin sila.
Okay. Sige. Doon sa mga nakatutok po ngayon, ang ganito na lang po. Kasi nga po, yung inyong mga concern like long sa LOA, okay, na nag-LOA last semester na babalik ngayon, may mga ano naman po kayo, may mga chat group sa college, okay? Not necessarily naman sa sa SAS diretso lahat ng chat ninyo kasi kami po kung mapapansin niyo po sa SAS ay buong university po ang aming siniservisan. So doon po sa mga taga CBA po na nakikinig ngayon, ang inyo pong gagawin is once na meron naman kayong mga chat group, meron naman kayong mga Facebook group, meron naman kayo sa college ninyo, please coordinate to them directly. Lalo na po doon sa secretaries natin na nabanggit, doon sa mga nagtatanong ng LOA, kasi yung secretaries po natin, pwede nyo po silang i-message para ma-take note din po nila yung inyong concern. Kasi kami po doon sa SAS, sa nabanggit po ninyo na email, nakikita po namin yung email pero hindi na po kami nakakapag-reply dahil sa sobrang dami nga po ng email. So ang ginagawa namin doon sa nag-LOA, kino-consolidate namin, nilagay namin doon ang email kung sino yung nag-email at di ba nag-fill up kayo ng survey form, nilagay namin doon sa survey form na first semester, second semester nag-LOA ka, tapos first semester ngayon to 2020 to 2021, mag-i-enroll ka kasi yun ang sinabi mo doon. So makikita ng college yun. Ang iba naman kasi wala naman na hindi sila nag-LOA, promoted sila kasi nga yun yung automatic kasi na nakalagay. Pag hindi ka, pag enroll ka last sem, promoted ka automatic ngayon except kung nag-file ka ng LOA ngayong semester na to. So ganoon na lang po doon sa mga nagtatanong about sa LOA. And then mayroon po ditong concern dahil nga po sa feedback sa mga online classes, nasabi daw ang feedback sa mga online classes kasi yung iba nagsisimula na, yung ibang estudyante daw po nakaka-receive ng mga activities, hating gabi. Sa tingin ko naman siguro ang tanong, ano daw magagawa ng ating college kung sakaling mag-online class na tayo, magsisimula na sa sitwasyon na to din.
Merong mga organization, mga recognized organization na nagpapadala ng invitation sa mga estudyante natin para makapag-join ang ating mga estudyante. Kasi mga members naman tong mga estudyante natin ng organization na yun. Now, even dati ang ginagawa natin, tinitignan natin kung yung bang activity na kung saan gustong salihan ng mga estudyante natin ay hindi ba mapapahamak yung ating mga estudyante. Tinitignan natin yan. Pangalawa, tinitignan natin baka naman may bayad yung sinasalihan nila. Siyempre, yung mga ganon, hindi tayo basta-basta pumapayag. Ngayon, ang pwede natin gawin, siguro, ibigay sa atin, lalong-lalo na sa mga advisors, ibigay yung mga invitation nang sa ganon, matulungan sila sa pagdidesisyon kung dapat bang sumali o hindi. At kung nakita naman natin hindi dapat sumali, ipapaliwanag namin sa kanila kung bakit hindi pa dapat sumali sa ganitong mga activities. At kung pwede namang sumali, ang gagawin namin, hihingi kami ng pahintulot sa tamang opisina. At yun nga yung office ni Sir Mark, yung office mo, Sir Mark, yung task. At saka, ipagpapaalam din natin yan sa ating VP for Academic Affairs. Kasi, lalo-lalo na kung magsisimula na yung klase, meron ng discussion, tapos may sinasalihan silang activity, baka naman, yung mga activities na sinasalihan nila sa labas, hindi makakabuti sa kanilang pag-aaral. Kasi sobrang dami talaga. Hindi lang local invitation, merong nanggagaling sa ibang bansa na invitation. At ang ano ko lang sa ating mga estudyante, huwag din po kayo sali ng sali. Hindi po lahat ng offer, hindi po lahat hindi lahat ng mukhang maganda ay talagang maganda. Salihan. No. Tignan din po natin. Baka yan ay mukha lang maganda ang salihan pero hindi pala. Meron palang mga mga hidden agenda yan. So, ang point ko dito is para tingin niyo sa mga advisors niyo yung invitation nang matulungan po kayo na ma-check kung yan ba talaga ay legit, yan ba talaga ay makakakuha ba kayo ng may pakinabang ba kayong makukuha dyan. Importante po magtulungan po tayo. Ingat po tayo. Kasi etong technology, nakakatulong po sa atin. May mga advantage po ito. Hindi na tayo maalis ng ating bahay. Nakakagawa tayo ng gusto nating gawin. Nakakasali tayo sa iba't ibang activities. Pero may disadvantage din po. Kasi yung technology nagagamit din po minsan sa maling bagay. So, gusto po namin mag-ingat po tayo para hindi po tayo maging biktima ng mga maling gawain. Yun po. Next question, please.
Okay din, thank you. Siguro ang concern niya rin siguro din ay yung example po pag nag-online na syempre nagpapadala ng activities yung mga professor. Siguro ang masasabi ko doon, nasa email naman po yun. Pinapadala lang siguro yun ng hating gabi kasi ngayon lang yung time ng professor para maibigay yung mga activities. Kasi ito daw yung na-observe nila dun sa mga nag-start ng online classes ng mga ibang school, but sa atin kasi hindi pa. So baka ang concern ay maging katulad noon. Pero ang naintindihan ko dito sa kanyang concern ay don't worry naman po kasi yung official email na ibibigay sa mga estudyante ay email naman po yun. So pwede nila i-check anytime. So kung ipapadala ng professor ng hating gabi, hindi naman po siguro ibig sabihin nun na hating gabi nila sasagutan yon. Ibig sabihin lang napadala lang ng professor kasi nga syempre, yun lang yung time ng professor para makapag-send ng lahat ng mga activities. So doon sa mga estudyante natin, ito po ay hindi pa naman sa atin itong mangyayari. Wala pa ngayon, pero ang sinasabi natin, yung inyong email, open nyo lang yan 24/7 kasi nga papasok doon yung inyong mga official na mga activities kung sakali man. So bibigyan po kayo ng email, gagawan po kayo ng email ng ating MIS. Okay? Mayroon naman ditong question, siguro sa akin ito, what about yung mali ang information sa kanyang COR, ay gusto ipa-change. Ganito po, yung may mali pong information sa COR, directly nyo po i-message yan sa registrar, i-attach nyo po yung COR na mali, at sabihin nyo po kung ano ipapa-change nyo doon. Kasi ang nag-change po niyan, ang information ay ang ating registrar's office. No, ngayon, kung kailangan yan i-change ng ating MIS, kasi nga si MIS ang may technicalities, tutulungan naman kayo noon, basta as long as i-inform nyo muna si yung ating registrar, kasi nga ang COR po ay nanggagaling po sa registrar. Kami lang po ang nagre-relay sa kanila kung nag-email kayo sa amin, pero nagre-relay lang po kami. Okay? Hindi po kami yung nag-change niyan totally ng information. Kasi parang kumbaga kami lang po yung information office, pero sila po talaga ang registrar, ang office na nagpapalit ng information kung talagang mali yung information ninyo. Na ngayon, bigay ko na lang po yung idea na pag nagpa-change po kayo, example, mali yung pangalan mo, paki-attach nyo na rin po yung birth certificate niyo kasi yun yung katunayan na yun talaga kayo ang nagpapa-change. So, yun na lang po basta pag concern po ng registrar, nabanggit naman na sa mga orientation natin, nagbigay naman sila ng messenger nila, ng FB nila or ng email ad nila. So, meaning, direct nyo na po silang i-message kasi kami po, pwede nyo pong i-CC lang doon sa email para lang at least pwede namin i-follow up. Pero hindi po kami totally yung sasagot niyan. Kaya minsan, ang ginagawa lang namin ay i-change lang namin ang i-forward lang namin sa kanila. Okay? So, sa mga ibang question, wag po masyadong yung iba na masyado masyadong atat na paano daw yung quiz online. Antayin po natin yung instruction ng inyong mga professor kung ano po yung gagawin, okay? Kasi hindi pa po tayo nagsisimula sa ating online classes. Pero kung ano po yung quiz kasi modular naman po kayo. Hindi po yan yung katulad ng tama po ba din na hindi katulad dun sa classroom na pag nag-quiz ngayon. Quiz number 1. Tapos sasagot ka kaagad dun sa papel mo. Tapos nawalan ka daw ng internet. Eh di paano yun na yun. Sa tingin ko hindi naman ganun ang setting din. Tama po ba? Kasi ang mangyayari nga dahil nga modular nga.
Lahat
Oo.
lahat ng pwede natin gawin para makatulong dito sa pagbibigay ng quality education, gagawin natin. Kung kinakailangang module ang ibigay natin, gagawin natin. Kung kinakailangang magkaroon ng online class para lalo mabigyan ng diin yung tinuturo ng professor, gagawin natin. So, hindi tayo isa lang ang pamamaraan. Flexible ang approach natin. At ang mga professor, as I've said earlier, we are all set. We are ready to serve. We are ready to give our service to our students. And ang masasabi ko lang, yung mga nakalipas na time na kung saan ay inaantay natin itong opening ng semester, ang ginawa ng mga professors natin ay lahat naghanda sila, gumawa sila ng modules, umattend sila ng mga training online para lalong ma-improve yung kanilang pagtuturo using the technology. So, what I'm trying to say, magtiwala po kayo na mararausan po natin to, makakatapos po tayo lahat dito sa nangyayari sa atin nang may quality ang service na nakukuha ninyo mula sa ating paaralan. Okay, next question.
Okay. Sige. Pasensya na. Okay. Okay. May mga questions. Siguro ang concern nila din, yung katulad do kasi sa ibang school na nangyari na minsan daw nagbibigay daw kasi ng activity sa gabi tapos kinabukasan ipapapasa do kaagad ng mga professor nila. So sana daw hindi daw mangyari sa PLP since hindi naman daw lahat ay may internet connection. Kaya nga doon sa mga estudyanteng nandito nakikinig ngayon, please gagawin naman po daw ng lahat ng ating mga colleges syempre. Okay, yung ating pwede pong ma-adjust, okay? Lalo na yung mga ano natin, yung mga classes natin. But don't worry po, yun nga sinasabi natin, dahan-dahan po natin itong matutunan lahat and sana makasurvive tayo, okay? And sir, may question dito. Ang sabi po, if in case of outage personality, will the student be excused for that?
Pakiulit nga, sir. Medyo mahina.
Sabi dito ang question, sorry. Ang question dito, if
Sir, wala akong marinig, sir. Hello.
outage po, if
Sir, wala akong marinig.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Sir, wala akong marinig.
Wait lang. Hello, sir. Okay na, sir? Okay na?
Go ahead.
Ayun. Ang question daw po, sir, if in case po the outage personality will be the student excuse for that? I don't know kung ano ang point ang ibig sabihin. Baka siguro mawala ng supply ba ng kuryente?
Sir,
tama po ba?
Kinonsider na natin yan sa ginawa nating paghahanda, no? Kaya nga kagaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, is lahat ng pwede nating maibigay na tulong, pang-unawa ay gagawin natin at ibibigay natin. Basta ang pakiusap lang ay huwag po tayong bibitaw, ituloy po natin ang pag-aaral natin at matatapos din lahat ng mga pinagdadaanan natin ito. Ngayong orientation na to, na-encounter natin May mga time na nadi-disconnect yung bawat isa dahil sa internet connection. Pero pilit tayong bumabalik kasi naniniwala tayo na ang lahat ng bagay ay pwede na, ang lahat ng problema ay nasosolve naman. Basta't wag lang po kayong bibitaw. Yung bagay na yan, naiintindihan kayo ng mga professors ninyo at basta't ipapaalam nyo lang kung ano yung totoong situation para naman yung mga professors ninyo alam kung paano kayo tutulungan. Kung hindi kayo naka-attend ng online class, meron pa rin namang ibang paraan. Tutulungan pa rin kayo ng professors ninyo. At about naman dun sa mga ganyan, kasi marami pang concern no? Yung college naman natin ay open sa mga feedback para naman sa mga susunod na semester or sa susunod na pagtuturo ng bawat isa ay ma-improve nila yung kanilang serbisyo. So, kahit na nagsisimula na ang mga lectures, pwede kayong magbigay ng suggestion, pwede kayong magbigay ng feedback sa mga professors ninyo para ma-improve nila yung pagtuturo nila. Hindi natin sinasarado yung sarili natin dun sa isang bagay lang. Lagi nating kinoconsider yung lahat ng pwede natin gawin para makapagbigay ng quality of service. Quality of service.
Yes, sir. Okay, may tanong dito din, paano po daw doon yung enrollment sa irregular students? Ano po yung ano nila? Paano po daw sila may enroll?
Meron din po kaming listahan ng mga ganyan. Ilan lang po yan. So, ang makakapag-advise po sa inyo, yung college, definitely. At ang the best para mag-advise sa inyo, yung department head ninyo. So, mag-communicate lang kayo with the department head ninyo para ma-advisean kayo kung ano yung subject na hindi nyo pwedeng kunin dahil may prerequisite. For example, hindi ka pwedeng kumuha na itong subject na to or ng course na to kasi hindi mo nakuha itong prerequisite. So, kailangan ma-advisean ka ng tama. Meron na rin kami mga listahan. Yun nga lang, ang nagiging problem namin ngayon kung bakit hindi rin naman namin sila makausap or mabigyan na kasi yung email address nila. Yung iba, walang email address po talaga. Pero meron na rin naman iba na communicate na namin. Kaya importante talaga sa panahon ngayon ang communication. Kung sabi ko nga kanina, kung sa tingin ninyong may ganun kayong concern, kayo na ang mag-initiate para lalong bumilis. Kasi alam naman ninyo kung sino kayo eh. Kayo na ang mag-initiate, kayo na ang um-approach para lalo namin kayo matulungan. Kasi pag inantay nyo po kami, baka sa sobrang dami ng estudyante natin, hindi po namin kayo kagad ma-communicate. Kaya po, please, tignan ninyo kung ano po yung situation ninyo, kung may ganun kayong situation, kayo na ang mag-initiate, kayo na ang kumontak, mag-email sa mga department head para po matulungan po namin kayo. Yung iba
Okay,
naman
thank
po,
you very much, Dean.
Sir Mark, yung iba, paalala ko lang, may mga email address kaming hawak, pero mukhang hindi active. Mukhang hindi nila nababasa yung kanilang mga sa inbox nila, hindi nila nabubuksan yung mga messages. Yung iba, may cellphone number kami, mukhang hindi na rin active yung mga number na yon. Kaya isa yun sa nagiging problem eh. Kaya kailangan siguro ma-update tayo kung ano na ba talaga yung existing email address nila, yung active at saka yung kanilang mga phone numbers.
Yes, Dean. Anyway, nabanggit naman natin na magkakaroon po ng mga personal email po sila, official email po na manggagaling po sa university. Yun po ay inaayos ng ating MIS. At the same time, doon sa mga ganito po, sa mga CBA po na nakikinig ngayon, yung module po kasi, kung kakayanin, i-upload yun doon sa tablet na ibibigay ng ating city government. Okay? Na ngayon, pag hindi mahabol doon, sa email po ipapadala yung module. So doon nyo po sasagutan yon. At kung ano man yung instruction, example, nag-meet na kayo ng teacher ninyo, usap po kayo kung anong gagamitin niyo na classroom format or yan ba mag-Google Meet kayo. Nasa pag-uusap po yung lahat. Pero ang pinaka-assurance dito mga student ay kung tama ba din na pag sakaling wala kayong internet na nagkaroon tayo ng Google ng online class, example, katulad nito, may online class, wala kang internet, may module naman nakahalili noon, basta importante, please communicate with your teacher. Tama po ba din?
Tama po yun. Tama po yun. Kailangan makipag-communicate po sila para malaman po natin kung ano yung concern nila. Tama po yun.
Okay. Ayun, sa mga nagko-comment, pasensya na medyo maingay yung background. Kasi yun po ang challenge sa atin pag nasa online tayo at nasa bahay. Okay? Hindi mo maiwasan yung mga mga disturbance. But anyway, din may concern dito yung HM. Siguro ang concern nila about dun sa FB uniform nila, siguro please communicate na lang Junior Association and Hospitality Manager directly to the college, okay? Kasi itong concern na to ay concern ng inyong college about yata to din sa FB uniform nila. Okay, may comment po ba kayo doon din?
Okay. Palagay ko sa ibang meeting natin pag-uusapan yan para mas klaro. Kasi ito, halo-halo ito, no? Merong accountancy, may entrep, may DA, tapos hospitality management. So, yung tanong nila, yung concern nila is wala namang kinalaman sa ibang programs. Kaya para hindi ma-waste yung time, since we have limited time, in fact, it's 11:02, no? And this orientation is until 11 lang dapat. So, mag-set tayo ng separate meeting for that para mas klaro sa lahat. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ayun, malinaw yung HM. Doon naman sa nagtatanong dahil ang HM may kasama ng CBA, magiging CBN na ba? Hindi po, kasi ang HM po ngayon, nasa CBA muna kasi nga po dahil may wala pa po tayong, hindi pa po siya maibabalik muna doon sa college na mismo. So, wag po muna niyo masyadong problemahin yung mga bagay na yan. Ang advice ko na lang sa mga estudyante, ang problemahin po muna ninyo ngayon ay kung paano tayo makakasurvive dito sa ating online classes kasi nga dahil sa pandemic. Pero kung yung concern kung anong tawag sa college ninyo, ano ang magiging under ba kayo ng another college, huwag nyo munang masyado yung problemahin kasi hindi pa po yan yung ating concern sa ngayon. So, sa nabanggit ni Dean, hanggang 11 lang tayo kasi nga nagkaroon tayo ng technical problem with sa online mamaya. Ganito na lang po. Ang iba naman po ng mga tanong ay naulit lang po ito at nasagot na. So, please, coordinate directly to your college kasi ang college po ninyo, CBA, under po dito HM, Entrepreneurship, BSA at saka BSBA. So, please coordinate automatically to your college. May mga secretaries naman, may mga deans, nandiyan naman si dean, nandiyan naman yung faculty, nandiyan naman yung department chair ninyo, para at least po masagot po directly yung mga tanong ninyo. Kasi ito pong ating concern ay itong sa ngayon ay yung pandemic talaga. Kasi kung may face-to-face lang, madali na sana, wala tayong problema, nasanay tayo eh. Pero pag itong ano tawag ito, yung ating online ngayon, ito yung medyo challenging sa atin kasi hindi automatic natin na babasa, nasasagot yung inyong mga concern. But anyway, ayun, hindi lang po yung sasang nandito, yung buong college po ng CBA, pwede po ninyong kontakin para sa more information. Sige din, mayroon ka pa bang idadagdag din?
Okay. I have a request for you, my dear students. First, study hard. Take your study seriously because not everyone has the opportunity to study formally this semester. Now that you are enrolled again in our university, do all your best to finish what you have started. Take all challenges along the way as something that could make you healthy and eventually succeed. Secondly, I would be asking your full cooperation in everything that we are to do for you and the whole university. As I have said earlier, the academic year 2020 to 2021 is an inspiring school year because we have a set of new plans to innovate what we have been giving our students. All this will be more successful with the cooperation of everyone. I thank you all in advance. Let me end this by saying education builds both the mind and the heart. Always remember, you are your own product. Be the best product that you can be. Make yourself useful. Thank you.
Ma'am Joanna, back to you.
All right. So thank you so much. Now to formally close today's event, let us have Professor Eric Perez. So he's one of the members of Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig Board of Regents and also one of the roster faculty members from the Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management to give us his closing remarks.
Okay, good afternoon, College of Business Administration. First of all, I would like to thank you, all the ate and kuya of the college. Thank you for participating. Thank you for showing your support. Second, I would like to encourage everybody to unite as the pandemic continuously challenge the education system. It is not the time nor the place for us uh, to look on what part of the college we are. Before the college, we are considered as a university. We all carry the name of the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig in our shoulder. With this, okay, it is our responsibility to maintain the dignity and the importance of the name of the university. So with this, may I quote you guys, Spider-Man, as he said, great powers comes with great responsibility. The opportunity for you guys to study in the Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig is a privilege. It is given to any students who come to pass to those requirements. And with these requirements, they are giving you the opportunity to study for free with the full support of the city government, with the leadership of Mayor Vico Soto. With these guys, okay, it comes with a great responsibility to take care of this because it is a power that you can use on your future endeavor, on your chosen career. So with this, guys, I hope and pray that all of us will support each other on this current situation. Okay. Let us all support our College of Business and Accountancy as we strive to become a beacon of educational excellence to our beloved Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Pasig. Again, thank you for joining this orientation. Bravo, HM Raging Dragons. Bravo, BA Golden Bats. Bravo, PLP Warrior. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, Professor Perez. And in behalf of the College of Business and Accountancy, thank you so much for attending the student orientation. Welcome and see you soon. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much po sa ating lahat, sa kay Dean. Thank you po. Professors, thank you sa ating online. Sa mga estudyante, thank you rin po sa panonood ngayon. And sana po makapagsimula na tayo ng bagong semester. Thank you everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Mark.
Sige po.